And I knew that my health ultimately was a problem, but I guess for me at that time was more about, oh, I need to lose weight. Eventually I need to lose weight. And so I had heard about you guys for some time back a while ago.
Okay.
And I had tried other diets, and they work, but then I always double the weight back and whatnot, And so I said, I really need something that I need an overall overhaul, an overall.
An overall overhaul.
Correct.
This is Dr. CJ Benkert with Pura Vida Wellness. Thank you so much for joining us. I have a special treat for you today. I'm going to bring her into the room right now. Tanisha. There you are.
Now.
Oh, you're outside with the blue sky behind you. All right, let's put us in a split view. There we are. Oh, I don't even recognize you.
I know. Look at
Oh my gosh. Who is that?
All right. I used to think I had a round face, but now I think I have a little bit of a, I don't know what they call a heart-shaped face.
Yeah, like a diamond or a heart-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. So I just want to first of all thank you for being willing to share your story. Because of your willingness to share your story, I mean, I hope this is your motivation. We want to help others. We want to encourage other people to be able to make the changes that you've been able to make in a really short amount of time. I was looking at your paperwork and your intake form. You've only been with us since December.
Right. And I really didn't start, I did the pre-workup in December, but I didn't start until the end of January.
Nuh-uh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. So I put the title of this meeting, it's not about the weight that you lose, it's about the health that you gain. Because I feel like that was really meaningful for you and your story. As much as I know about it, I want to learn more about it. I know my health coaches have a more intimate relationship with you, but since you started the end of January, it looks to me like you've dropped a good 70 pounds.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just really been amazing. And I thought it was about, when I initially joined, I thought it was about the weight loss. That's what I wanted to do. That was my ambition, my goal. But
Right.
along the journey, I just have learned like it's not even about that. It's about me being healthy and all the different changes that have happened to me. I'm just like, okay, yeah, weight is a factor, but I mean, I can walk miles without my back hurting, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't snore anymore. It's just been just a wonderful change for me overall and all the benefits that come with it, just different things. Like my doctor had told me, you have chronic kidney disease, stage 2, you need to drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is it just about the water? How do I get the water into my cells? She didn't tell me. So it wasn't just about the water. It's what you have to do, which my coach taught me, right? So Teresa taught me, listen, let's try this. Try another, fizzy tablet. Let's see if that does that. Increase this, do that. And it has. And when you see, the metabolic age drop from this to that, and you see my water rising so that I am now able to curtail that CKD or the chronic kidney disease back one. It's just amazing.
Right. So when you first started, so let's just back up. So this, just to kind of summarize kind of how I would like this call to go, just so that we cover everything and that you have the best chance to share your story so that people can hear your journey, from start to finish. What I'd like to do is kind of start with, where were you when you came in? How did you find us? Why'd you come in? So that would be the first part. The second part is, okay, now you're here. What was it like going through the journey? that you're in the middle of right now. And then the third part would be, what have your results been to date? Not just number results, because I see your numbers, but, how it affected your life, your health, your energy. And then the last thing is, what has changed? How are you different as a person from when you started before that first round in January to like where you are now? So let's start with one. Where were you before you came in to see us? How are you feeling? What did your life look like? And how did you find us? And why did you decide to make that commitment to yourself?
So I was, in the house because it was COVID time, right? So it wasn't a good time. I was in the house with my husband and my son. My son was working at school at home. So all three of us were here.
Okay.
And tired all the time. I was not happy with myself. When I look back now, I wasn't in a place where I wanted to be physically or mentally. And things were hard for me, but just lazy, not wanting to even, I have a 2-story house, not even wanting to go upstairs, wanted to stay out downstairs and just remain downstairs and go upstairs only when it's bedtime. So sluggish, eating whatever, anything quick, that I can get my hands on, going out to pick up something fast food for lunch or whatnot, right? And I knew that my health ultimately was a problem, but I guess for me at that time was more about, I need to lose weight. Eventually I need to lose weight. And so I had heard about you guys for some time back a while ago.
Okay.
And I had tried other diets, and they work, but then I always double the weight back and whatnot, and so I said, I really need something that I need an overall overhaul, an overall.
An overall overhaul.
Correct. And then I got, I think it was a text or an email from you guys saying, hey, come, if you come on, you can sign on for half off or something like that. And I was like, you know what? Let me look into this. Yeah. So that's what I called, made the appointment. They told me to come in, and then, I met with you and I met with Teresa. And so that's where I was, just different.
Yeah. And I have your before pictures. Have we taken after pics, or are we waiting till you get closer to your actual goal?
We're waiting.
We're waiting. Okay. I think that's good. Because I looked at your pictures right before we got on the line, because I haven't seen you in person in a while, and you look very different. You look very different. Okay, so you started the end of January. I think you've been through, 3 full rounds with us so far?
Yes, ma'am.
So yes. How did those rounds go? What was it like for you? Have you had support at home? I mean, I know you've obviously dropped a ton of weight. Most people don't lose that kind of weight that quickly and lower their metabolic age and increase their cellular hydration. And before, when you went through programs, you gained the weight back and then some because your metabolism slowed down. And the Puda Vida Wellness Transformation System is just the opposite. We're actually speeding your metabolism up, making you younger inside metabolically. Right. So how was that for you?
So, for me, it was easy because I just stuck to the program. I was amazed that I wasn't hungry. Okay, that's the first thing, because you go from I'm eating whatever, fast foods, whatever, to, okay, now no breakfast, and then eating lunch, and then eating dinner, portion controlled, with the protein, doing veggies, which I never really did veggies, right? And then a fruit, then the same type of deal for dinner. I was amazed that I was not hungry at all. So that was the first thing. So it was easy because I was not hungry. And then as I went along, I had no cravings. I mean, I would crave before you asked about before, I was craving everything. I mean, I was craving a burrito, craving whatever it was, and I would go get it. But no cravings for that stuff. So those cravings went away. And then I noticed that my fruit tasted better. And I look forward to that fruit, and it was sweeter
Isn't
somehow.
it amazing how
Yeah.
fruit tastes when you clean out your body? It's like candy. You're like, oh my gosh, this pear tastes like candy.
Right, right. And I had not noticed that before. And that salt, so delicious, right? The salt
Yeah.
that you is the best thing in the world. I go through that salt. As a matter of fact, my family uses that salt now. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to Diet Doctor. I got to pick up some more salt because they love that salt too. So,
Yep.
but that was amazing. And then after going through those 40 days or 43 days, right?
Yeah.
And then went on to lock-in. Oh, that was just like, yes, and then and I'm like an avocado junkie, right? I love avocado, right? So just the avocado and just to get to try the different things. So it was easy. And then after that time was up, I was like, okay, I'm going back into another 40. Went back into another 40, and that was easy too. Okay, so then the last time, I guess it was the second round was my birthday. So I told Coach Teresa, like, Coach Teresa, I think I'm gonna have to celebrate a little bit. It's my birthday. I'm hitting the big 5-0. So I gotta.
Oh, you turned 50 this year?
Yes, I did.
Oh, Tanisha, what a great gift to yourself.
Yes. So we went to Vegas. All my family was there. And,
okay, I remember that.
Yes, I had some goodies.
Yeah.
And I noticed that my weight did not come back. I was like, okay, so what? Huh? But you have to get back on plan. So immediately I was like, okay, I have this day, I'm going to have these couple of days, and then I'm going to go back on plan. And it was easy yet again to go back on plan. Next time I went for the 20, the half fix for the 20. And then now I'm back on lock-in right now. So,
so that means every round, you've averaged like 20, 25 pounds of weight loss, which means you're younger metabolically. Let me see how well we did our job, either myself or Teresa. Do you know why you weren't hungry?
I think it's because I was cleaning out my system and everything that went along with it. And plus, when we did the scan and it told me the things that I was lacking in terms of the vitamins, I think that kind of helped and gave my body what I needed. Yes. Not what I wanted, but what I needed. So it filled that void, if you will. I think that's how I see it.
That's a big part of why people aren't hungry. What you just said, when your body is not getting the minerals and nutrients that it needs, no matter how much you eat, you're still going to be hungry. But when you're feeding your body nutritionally with whole concentrated food supplements with herbs, not synthetic nutrients, but concentrated foods, when you give your body what it needs, you're definitely going to reduce the cravings. But another big part of that puzzle piece, and I love that you brought that part up, because I forget that part a lot, because I'm always focused on, the cell. And for me, it's all about fat burning. So much of our success is because we turn people from sugar burners into fat burners. And when your body learns how to burn fat for fuel instead of sugar, many times cravings and hunger goes down. Because even though that first 40 days you're not eating any fats, because we have you in that fasting mimicking mode with food, you're not eating any fats, but there's tons of unhealthy body fat that your body now can start eating away at. And it uses every pound of fat and converts that into 3,500 calories of fuel, as if you were eating an extra 3,500 calories of food every time you burn through a pound of fat. And you and I both know you average about a half a pound of fat of burned fuel on that first 40 days per day, not per week like with other programs, but you're burning about a quarter to a half pound, guys up to a full pound of fat every single day. And that, along with what you said, supporting your body nutritionally, is a big reason why on this program you're not hungry, because your body's burning fat. When you burn sugar for fuel, which is where most Americans are stuck, they're stuck in sugar burning, you're going to constantly have a craving to eat every 2 or 3 hours. So many people are taught you have to eat every 2 or 3 hours, you have to eat breakfast, you have to keep your blood sugar up. That's true. If you're a sugar burner and you're that unhealthy and you're insulin resistant, you do need to eat every 2 or 3 hours. because your body is not healthy enough to burn that excessive fat for fuel. So it's going to give you a craving for the only thing you can use for fuel, sugar and carbs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so your journey going through, we pretty much heard that. So what would you say were the main results? Like number results, health results. And by the way, that kidney disease, I believe 100% we can reverse that completely. I've seen it happen in many, many other clients. So please don't feel like you have a permanent diagnosis of kidney disease. You do not. That will reverse. If you stick with us and stay connected with us and lock arms with us, I promise you the wisdom and beauty and healing of your body inside will reverse that disease, that kidney disease.
I believe that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I've just seen too many changes. So where I am now is I lost a ton of weight, like you said. I can walk. I can run up the stairs.
I was going to say, do you go upstairs now?
I jog up the stairs. I said no snoring. I can walk miles. I go walking on the weekends with my friend. And she and I walk by the Queen Mary in Long Beach, and we just keep walking around and walk all the way down there with no back pain. I have energy that I haven't had before. I sleep better.
Yeah.
And Coach Teresa, I sleep good now. I used to have like a stomach. It wasn't pain, but it was soreness all the time, and I did not know really what that was. I don't have that anymore, so I'm assuming it must have been the wrong food I was eating for my gut. It had to be.
Yeah.
And just the clarity, and now that I am regular now, and I've always had problems. Even the beginning of the program, I had problems with being regular, meaning number 2, right? I don't want to talk about that. Women don't talk about that. But now, because Coach Teresa's been working with me, so we tried where I'd do now another fizzy tablet in the afternoon, and that was trick.
Yeah.
And so I haven't had a problem since.
Nice.
And that's amazing to me because I have always had a problem in that area.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, it's just flowing through me. Like I said, mentally, I feel better. I feel better about myself. I just have a clarity. And I'm sharper at work. I mean, I'm working from home just because of COVID, but I'm sharper with different subject matters that I felt like I was lagging a little bit before.
Yeah. Like a little bit of brain fog, a little bit of memory stuff that
right. And I feel good. I mean, I went to my son is now back in school. They're back in school, and he plays football. So we went to a football game the other night, and I was out there with the youngins.
That's so amazing. So really, if you look at when you started the end of January, so basically you've been engaged with us working on your health for 7 months, 70 pounds down. So even eating avocados and macadamia nuts, and you average 10-pound loss every month, and you've cleaned out your body, you've turned on fat burning, you're teaching your mitochondria how to burn fat for fuel instead of sugar. So the last part of our discussion, and then anything else you want to include that you think would really mean something to someone else. Maybe there's someone right now listening to us, and maybe they've been struggling with their weight. Maybe they don't think that it can work. Maybe they think, oh, it worked for Dr. CJ or it worked for Tanisha, but this kind of program is not going to work for me. So where do you want to go from here? And is there anything that you want to say to someone like that that's listening and doesn't really know what it is that we do, but knows that if they don't make a change, then some bad things are going to start happening with their health?
What I'm going to say is that you can do it. If you follow the program, if you just follow it, you're not going to be hungry. You're not going to have those cravings. If you follow the program, you can do it. I have not exercised. Like I said, now on Saturdays, I've started walking with my friend, but I have not exercised it. And I was able to get this weight off. And, I am not an exerciser. So I was able to get the weight. So if you fear that, or if you're overweight and you just can't walk, you can't do this, you don't need to do it. Yeah. I've always heard, over 40, you got to put the exercise in there with the food. And so I'm 50 and I'm here to tell you, I have not exercised and I lost the weight. I've increased my energy. I'm working on so much about my health without having that exercise. That will come.
Yeah.
Like Coach Teresa says, see if you could just walk a little bit, you know? And so that's what I started doing on the Saturdays. But I lost this 70 pounds without doing that. So just encourage you, as long as you follow it, you will see for yourself that it works. I mean,
yeah. So talking about exercise, that's another, misnomer and myth that, we're told about weight. We're told that, okay, as long as you exercise more and eat less, you can lose weight. It's all about calories in, calories out. And that myth has been debunked. The science and the studies tell us something completely different. They tell us it's not about calories in, calories out. It's about hormones. It's about fat burning versus sugar burning. It's about getting your body metabolically fit by learning how to burn fat for fuel, supporting your body nutritionally, and teaching yourself with our help a healthy way of eating that's not deprivation, guided, but it's all about being able to splurge and eat, not calories in, calories out, but learning how to switch from that sugar burning, which is just going to be fat storage and insulin release. And we know that insulin is the top inflammatory hormone, the top aging hormone. Insulin resistance is the basis of almost all chronic illnesses like strokes, heart disease, cancer, etc. And so we just want to, the studies are showing that it's really not, exercise is healthy, it's important, but you can't go to the gym and get your cells healthy.
Right.
It's kind of like having like let's say you have a leak in your house, and instead of turning off the main water valve, you're just scooping out all the water that's gathering up in your kitchen. You're just treating the symptom. Hopefully, by working with us that, all causes of disease are pretty much the same. It's, toxins, diet, bad fats, sugar, carbs, and stress. So if you're going to the gym and you're not addressing toxins, bad fats, carbs, sugar, and stress, and you're just exercising your way to health, exercise is really only about 5%, 10% at the most of the health, vision. It's really about diet, nutrition, thoughts, how you love, how you think, the health of those beautiful little, cells. I love my little cells inside the body. And that's one of the first things you said is you knew that your body was, cleaning out. Why weren't you hungry? You were cleaning out. Your body was using dead, unused, worn out cells and organs and tissue that weren't healthy. So your body was breaking that down and eating all of that up for fuel, instead of looking to, a donut or a bag of Doritos or whatever. So
absolutely. And I got to tell you, the food tastes different because, like you said, I've been on here 3 rounds. So, before you start the first round, you have where you can eat anything that you want. Right.
Yeah.
So that day, one of the times I said, okay, you know what? I want to get some fries. I want some fries. The fries tasted terrible to me. I hadn't had any, potatoes. And I had on that day, load up day, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I don't ever have to have them again. Yeah. I used to be, like I said, an avocado junkie, French fry junkie too.
Yeah.
But I don't even want to fry. I mean, you can eat it in front of me and I'm like, okay, no biggie.
Yeah, it's like your cravings change. Your body wants, when you clean the body out and you just increase the metabolism and you get younger inside and you don't have all that junk in your body and you're so clean. Now, when you have these foods that you didn't have for a while, your body's like, oh, that doesn't taste good anymore. Whereas before, everything was so gunked up, you didn't know that it didn't taste good. And that's why it just amazes me, even to this day, because I was my first client basically 7.5, 8 years ago. And, I was eating French fries and, Rocky Road ice cream every night and sugar cereal because I was a sugar burner. And, now when I try putting some of that stuff in my system, it just doesn't taste good. And it just amazes me how good real food can
Right.
taste. Like a
Right.
piece of watermelon, you're just like, oh my gosh, it's so. Even like vegetables, when your body's clean, vegetables are sweet.
Yes.
Most people would think that sounds crazy. Like vegetables aren't sweet. They are. When your
Even
body's,
the water's sweet.
yeah,
Even water sweet.
yeah.
It tastes like, mm.
So where do you want to go from here? What does your future life look like? How can we support you?
So, I still want to get to my goal weight, although that's not as important to me anymore. So,
What is it? What is
if there-
important? If the weight's not important, how have we changed your thinking, your mindset, your paradigm? What is important now instead of the weight?
the health, the overall health. I want to live, I guess, a nice, healthy life. I have two kids, one in college, one in high school. I
Hmm.
want to be around that kind of stuff. And it's this that I'm doing with you guys, and it's also maybe the age too. But
Yeah,
now I'm starting to think this is what I want. Yeah, the weight will come, it'll come, but
yeah,
I need to be healthy, and I need to be healthy overall. And I need to, just like you said with the CKD, I know that this is going to help because
yeah,
I've seen the water get into my cells where they belong,
yeah,
and I've seen the change in my energy, how I feel overall. I mean, my doctor didn't tell me how to get there. You guys were the ones that showed me how to get there. She just said drink more water, which I know
right.
for me, and I know that you've told me this, Teresa told me,
Yeah.
doesn't do it by itself.
No.
I had to actually
Yeah.
decrease some of the water. Teresa had me
Uh-huh.
decrease. Then we really started seeing some of the drop.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking at your water percentage when you first started. Healthy for like optimal health for a female is 50% and above. You were at 33% body water. And
Yeah.
you're already up into your 40s. And it takes a long time for the water to go up because it's all about healing these cells and
Right.
that cell membrane, and water and nutrition can't come in until those cells are completely cleaned out of all the toxins, and we've taught them how to burn fat for fuel instead of sugar. And it's a slow process, but my goal for you would be, based on you turning 50 this year, is I would love to see you be at least your chronological age metabolically, if not
Right.
younger. And that is so realistic and doable for you. Because when you first started, end of January, okay, so our system, and I don't need to share numbers, right? Yes or no?
Yes, go ahead and say it.
Okay.
Yes.
So our system measures metabolic age, but it maxes out at 90 years old. I know, looking at your body composition analysis that we did when you first came in, based on your numbers, it maxed out at 90, but you were actually more like 130,
Yeah.
140 years old metabolically when you started with us.
Yes.
And now through this process, we have finally seen it drop below 90. It took a while to get you below 90 because you weren't at 90, you were actually at 100 and something
Right.
metabolically. And now you're in your 70s metabolically. So you have gotten like 60, 70 years younger inside in 7 months. So 60, 70 years younger, we can absolutely do that in another 6 or 7 months. You will be in your 20s or 30s metabolically. Easy.
I cannot wait. When I hit that 70, when I dropped my age to 70 something, I was like, yes, I couldn't believe it. It took me so long, and I was working so hard. I was, that number's never going to go down.
I
And it
know.
went down, and I was just like, oh,
But you understand, you would have seen it go down, right? You understand that the software it just maxes out at 90.
Yes, yes, Coach
Yeah,
Teresa.
it's hard to explain that because people are just like, well, how come it's not moving? If the water's going up, my body fat's going down, I'm losing weight. How come it still says I'm 90? Why am I 90 years old still? Because you were actually, yeah,
Right,
130, 140.
right.
Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers of change. Oh
And
my
that,
gosh. Okay, here's the most important thing we can talk about before we end the call. When you first came in, your visceral fat rating, which is the fat around your organs in your heart that tell us how likely you are to develop cancer, diabetes, or stroke, you were deep into the red, the danger zone.
yes,
12 and below is green and healthy. You were 19 visceral fat. We just did your body composition analysis August 3rd. Have you had another one since then?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Mhm.
You are in the green. Your visceral fat is now in the green. You went from 19 to
Yes.
11. That is
Yeah.
the only thing for us to celebrate. That is
Yeah.
huge.
Yes, absolutely. That is, and so those type of numbers takes your mind off the weight. It is
Yeah.
about that. And I'm
Yes.
like, yes, I'm improving my overall health. Hopefully I'll be here to see grandkids. So
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So anything else you want to share? I just want you to know that, we have a lot of clients. I've been doing this for a long time, and not everybody follows it. I know because we've taken over 2,000 people through the program that when you follow it, it works. But
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I think there's emotional eating issues. I think there's stress. I think there's stories we tell ourselves, mindset. But when we have those people that can deal with those emotional aspects and those psychological aspects and actually sit down and just do the journey with us day to day, it works. And being on this call with you and just knowing, what a change has happened in your life, it means everything to me because, this is why I do what I do. I do it because I want to help as many people as possible. And you engaged with us and you have let us help you. And like you being on the call and just seeing your smile and hearing your words, and I can, even though it's through video, I can feel your energy. I can feel the gratitude that you have. I know what a difference it's made in your life with your family and your children and your
Yeah.
future life. So I just want to thank you for making that commitment to yourself and being such an example and a shining light for others.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for showing me the way, showing me how, and then me realizing.
Yeah.
You showed me. I just simply followed what you guys told me to do. And you come to this self-realization of, wow, this is amazing. And this is who I am born to be.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
you know,
well, I think we should end on that note. This is
okay.
who you were born to be. And that's exactly what I'm here to do, is help people like fulfill their soul's purpose, not
Mhm.
just in body, but in mind, heart, and spirit as well.
Right.
And with me, I wasn't able to transform my mind and my heart and my spirit until I got my body in check and I started feeding myself good nutrition and healing those cells within, because then my thinking started changing and I started treating people differently and my energy
Right.
changed, and I knew how important it was to, spend time, in meditation and prayer, and that really our life is here to be lived and to be enjoyed and to have fun. And if you're not having fun and enjoying your life, then take a look at your life and do something different, because you're on the wrong path. So you're on the right path because you are living the life you were meant to live. You are expanding and evolving into that person that you were meant here, that you were put here to be.
Yes. Thank you, Dr.
Yay.
EJ. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Tanisha. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Have an
Take
amazing
care.
evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. This is Dr. CJ Benkert with Pura Vida Wellness, teaching you, inspiring you, guiding you, and motivating you to live your most authentic, purest life in mind, body, heart, and spirit.